Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that was adopted, so technically it wasn't at its own birth. My name is Cody, and I am very excited because today we're going to take a look at the board game that is based on my very own autobiography, Cody Dazzle Me! Now, this game was originally created...
No, let's do Zombicide!
Shawn, I think the people really want to see...
Ah, come on! Zombicide! Let's do Zombicide!
Shawn, can we do this another time? Because, you know...
You know what? We're doing Zombicide. Now, Zombicide is a fantastic game with many fantastic expansions and different seasons, but today we're just going to talk about the one that started it all, the original Zombicide. 1 to 6 players, from Cool Mini or not. Now, Zombicide, thematically, is a post-apocalyptic survival game involving, believe it or not, zombies. Every turn, more zombies enter the game, the stress level goes up, the excitement goes up, and your job is to complete one of several missions that are in the rulebook in order to survive the zombie apocalypse. So the first thing you're going to do when playing Zombicide is pick a scenario. They're listed in the back of the rules book, and they basically tell you how to set up the board, and they give you all of your game objectives. They're pretty awesome. Some of them are easy, some of them are impossible. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a character. Each of these characters have different abilities, perhaps some starting weapons, some rich background stories, but once you do that, then you're ready to get into the real meat of the game, political espionage. No, I'm kidding, it's zombie killing. It's pretty much zombie killing from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. Now, at the beginning of your turn, you have 3 basic actions to start. Those actions range from a variety of different things you can do. You can move, you can trade items with another player, you can kill zombies, which is my favorite, but then more importantly, you can go into rooms and you can search. That's when this deck comes into play. You can find all kinds of things in rooms, from weapons to food to water to my favorite, more zombies for zombie killing. And who are the real stars of this game? I'm glad you asked. It's the zombies. And how do they get on the board? Simple, my friend. After all the players have had a turn, it's now the zombies' turn to rain some hell down upon the survivors. For every spawn point on the board, you flip over one of these cards. This tells you how many zombies come on the board at that spawn point. Now you notice there's different colors here. Well, those coincide with the level of your player. Once you kill enough zombies, you go from level blue to level yellow. And then once one player has gotten into the yellow round, that's when you go into the yellow zombie spawning. It's terrible. Now, at the beginning of the game, you only have these George Romero-esque shambling zombies. And if they're already on the board during the zombie round, they actually move closer to the survivors or to a noise source. But it's not that simple. For this is not the only type of zombie you're going to encounter. You have runners who move twice as fast. You have fatties who are harder to kill and actually appear with some shamblers. And then worst of all, you have the mighty abomination. The hardest to kill and the one that does the most damage. Another aspect of this game is that it's a co-op, so either you all win or you all lose. So you constantly have to negotiate with the other players as to who gets what weapon and who goes where on the board and what kind of a game strategy you're going to use. Not only that, during all this negotiation, more and more zombies are pouring onto the board, and depending on what scenario you pick from the rulebook, this game can be pretty easy to darn near impossible. So this game can be a very difficult game. Now, there's a lot more that goes into it, but in a nutshell, that's the basic gist of this game. So, thematically, I gotta say, I love this game. Of course, not having actually experienced a zombie apocalypse yet. I can't honestly say that this makes you feel like you're in a zombie apocalypse. However, it does recreate some of the feelings I get when watching some of my favorite movies like Zombieland or Dawn of the Dead. Not only that, this game is a beautiful game. I mean, the game board is absolutely beautiful and it's versatile. You can create all kinds of different boards. And not only that, but the characters are also really interesting and they fit so many of the stereotypical tropes that you find in zombie films. In fact, some of them look like they're darn near robbed out of some of your favorite zombie films. Like Phil, we know who Phil is, right? But it is a cool game that really immerses you in the action. Now this is, as I mentioned, a very simple game. However, don't let it fool you. You still want to have the rulebook handy because there's a lot of different scenarios that can spring up that might be a little confusing. Fortunately, it's a very user-friendly rulebook. Something else I really dig about this game is I have found that every level of board game player loves playing this game. Whether you're a hardcore gamer who would rather spend their weekends playing Dungeons & Dragons, or you're just a casual board game player who wants to get together with your family, the rules are simple enough and broad enough, but have enough aspects that everybody can enjoy it. You're rolling dice for damage, you're leveling up, you have a character, but it's really 4 or 5 simple steps. It's just a very accessible game. Now, right here on the box it says ages 14 plus. I feel like that's appropriate. Also, right up here it says, this product is not a toy, not intended for use of persons 13 years of age or younger. So I feel like they're being a little bit flexible on the ages. I actually let my 13-year-old play this and it's just fine. But it's a little bit gory for my 8-year-old and especially not appropriate for my 10-month-old baby. So in summation, I have got to say that I hate this game. Psych, I love it. It's probably my favorite game I've ever played. It is an expensive game. It generally runs you about $90, but in all honesty, there is a lot of value in this box. Hours and hours of gameplay. You have multiple scenarios, multiple characters. You can even make up your own scenarios. You can even make up your own characters if you want to. It's just a fantastic game. It approaches every level of board game player, and it gives you hours of play. So, as an official representative of the Discriminating Gamer, I would say to you, buy it. The world is ending and all I can think about is abominations destroying our doors. Found a boomstick, it needs ammunition, baby. Let's destroy the zombies before they start to horde. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's freaking Zombicide. Multiplying, the zombies are coming, baby. I hear them moaning from their hungry jaws. They got the numbers, we got the equipment, baby. Talking about machetes and some battle chainsaws. Nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's freaking Zombicide. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's freaking Zombicide. Thank you once again for joining us here on the Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask that you please leave a comment if you feel so inclined, and also feel free to follow us on social media. The Discriminating Gamer, proudly serving the board game community for 14 years. In dog years. My zombie girl doesn't need me to buy her stupid flowers. She doesn't do raw meat. Every ounce I bring her, she devours. I took her home to see Mom and Dad. Didn't think it would turn out bad. I just bought all these. I got this instead of a car payment this month. Let's do Zombicide. Oh, my wife is so mad I bought these. We kinda gotta do Zombicide.